Hello everyone, welcome to another Pick a Card reading. My name is Amara, this is Tarot by Amara. So today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to look into the person on your mind and we are going to ask the question, what are their deepest desires for you right now? I felt called to do a reading on desires and emotions. This is why we have all these beautiful cup cards in front of us, because I felt drawn today, something about today's energy. I don't know if it's the full moon that just passed, but there is this feeling of deepest, darkest desires. Not necessarily dark, but it just feels like I want to dive deep into someone's emotions today and how they feel about you. So we are going to do an energy check-in today. And the reason why I do energy check-in, you guys, it's really important for you guys to resonate with that portion of the reading, because I am an intuitive reader and the energy check-in is sort of crucial to the tarot portion because I get very detailed in the energy check-ins. I, receive a lot of messages there. And the reason why I do energy check-ins is honestly for you guys. So you guys intuitively know that you are in the right place, because it is tarot and, these messages won't resonate with all the thousands of people watching, right? Which is why I get so detailed and why these messages come through in the energy check-in portion. So I do it for you guys. I really want you guys to feel like you are in the right pile. So it's important to feel connected to that portion of the reading. What else do I want to say? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new here, hi. I feel like a lot of you are coming from my TikTok since the ban is happening, so hi, welcome. I do want to say I am taking personal readings, so if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by clicking with the link in my description. So, that being said, let's look at these beautiful cards in front of us. Pile number 1, you have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in this deck. Pile number 2, you have the Ace of Cups. And then pile number 3, you have the King of Cups. So take a moment to pause the video, think about your person, meditate, take a couple deep breaths before choosing your card here. I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading, all about your person. We're going to look into their deepest desires for you. So let's look at this Princess of Cups card, okay? You guys chose the Princess of Cups, which is a really, really beautiful energy, okay? This is the Page of Cups in this deck in particular. There is something about you, pile number 1, that is very kind, very sweet. Your approach to life is very gentle. It feels like you kind of wear your heart on your sleeve, and, there's this innocence about you. It's almost like maybe you haven't really experienced life yet. Maybe you were someone who was sort of caged in all your life. You're someone who's very protected. You're very loved by people. And I think that you are someone who has a lot of love to give. And it feels like the person that you're asking about, the person that you're dealing with, it feels like you gave them a lot of love. It feels like you approached their life at a time where they were feeling very sad or broken, or you approached them in a way that was just sort of like they were curious about you, right? And you were curious about them. And so it feels like you sort of entered this connection kind of innocently and, not really thinking about getting hurt. It just sort of happened, right? I feel like this person, I just keep getting images of children, which is very significant to this message for you, because I think that there is a childlike wonder about you, very innocent, very playful. I feel like maybe you're someone who's never broken a bone, and there's a spiritual meaning behind that, right? There's a spiritual meaning behind never breaking a bone. It means that you're like very protected, like you have angels around you, you're very safe. You have a lot of protection around you. So that could be a message for somebody here. But it feels very much like you have this childlike wonder, and this person is very much like they recognize your softness, right? Your approach to life. It's very gentle. And it feels like they almost wanted to protect you. They almost wanted to not hurt you, but it happened anyway, right? It feels like that's the energy that's coming through. All right, let's look at this energy check-in here. Let's see what comes out here. You guys know I don't look at these cards, okay? I just put them to the side. I'm so sorry about the glare. I hate when the glare shows up, but it is what it is. So we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And it feels like, you know, that childlike energy, and I feel like it's connected to this passion card. It feels almost very much like, you know, you connect with your inner child a lot. It feels like you and your inner child are one, which is true. But it feels like the way that you explore life, the way that you have conversations with people, the way that you make decisions, it's all based on your truest, deepest joy, right? It feels very much like you're very connected with your inner child. You do things that make you happy. Yeah, it feels like you could have a lot of passions that are very, you know, I'm getting a lot of you could be like artists, or, you know, maybe a lot of you guys like to like play with puzzles or cook, or there's some sort of hobby here that you really love to do. It's like you just, I don't know, like you're a good friend. It just seems there's a lot of energy here centered around you and your creativity and, you know, your approach to life. Okay. We have uprooting. They're leaving all that is familiar to them or a long-term relationship to start a brand new life with you. We have serendipity. They're leaving things up to chance and hoping the universe will intervene and bring the two of you together. Didn't I say broken? I said something about being broken. They feel broken inside and don't feel stable enough to trust themselves with your heart at this time. Be patient. We have shadow side moon. Oh, we have storm unexpected. A lot of intense energy, pile number one. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? And we have seek professional advice. Yeah, I feel like you guys could have entered this person's life when they were really going through an intense time. It feels like you entered their life at a period of darkness, at a period when they're feeling sort of broken. Look at all this dark energy here. Look at all this darkness, right? And here you are as the Princess of Cups, right? So you sort of showed up in their life unexpectedly. It feels like you were sort of like this gift, this spiritual lesson. It feels very much like the universe brought you this person, or you were brought to them essentially, and you changed things for them. It's almost like your light, your angelic aura shifted their whole life. It changed their course of their life, essentially. We have uprooting and storm and unexpected. So it feels very much like whatever is happening or has happened with this connection was very unexpected. So, you know, I just saw 555 on the clock, on the timer. So it feels like there were a lot of changes that had happened in the course of your connection. It felt very much like, I'm getting shit happens, right? Like there's something here about this connection could have ended abruptly and badly. I'm getting that strongly. And you know what's interesting? It feels like you left unfazed. You left untouched. And that was the kind of energy that's coming through with when I picked up on the energy about, you know, the fact that you've never broken a bone. Now, for some of you, obviously, you could have broken a bone once in your life, but I'm just the energy of like you are protected, you are safe, right? I think that you guys have a really lifelong, beautiful journey ahead of you, because you are protected, you are safe. Somehow, with this serendipity card, right? Your paths have crossed with this person. Your lives have connected somehow and intertwined somehow. I'm getting what's going on with your person right now or in the past, but I think it's current energy. I think this full moon that just happened, that full moon in Cancer, was very intense, and I think they're still filming, not filming, sorry. They're still feeling this, because I'm filming this literally the day after the full moon, so there's still that kind of energy in the air right now. This intensity, this emotional intensity, and this person is, if you are no longer in their life right now, they're feeling the pull, right? They're feeling the energy of wanting your safety. They're wanting this kind of closeness, but more importantly, they're being forced to address their emotions right now, especially with the moon. We have 2 cards here with the moon. So I feel like there is something here signifying emotions for your person, and maybe even you, right? I'm getting a bit of insecurity here with your person, with "you are so beautiful, why do you need me?" This feels very much like, I'm broken, woe is me, you're so beautiful, you don't need me. This is very like insecure energy. And I don't necessarily mean that, in a, like I'm shitting on your person or anything like that. It just is, that's the energy that's coming through, and it's a normal insecurity to have. A lot of people feel this way when they feel like they're not good enough. Again, your person is dealing with some intensity right now. They're dealing with things that maybe you don't even know about. We have uprooting, their life is changing, right? There's things in their life that are happening that is very, very unexpected. And it feels very much like, you could have entered their life right at the brink, right at the beginning of when this stuff started happening. This person is needing to potentially seek professional advice, get some help. This could be therapy. This could be advice from, people in their community, friends, family, church, whatever the case may be. This person is needing to seek professional advice. They're needing to get help here. And I'm also getting that this message, because we have the blue here, and I feel like this is your energy, the blue, the really bright blue energy is you. And I just realized, oh my God, I just realized she's wearing blue here. So you could resonate with the feminine energy in this reading, right? Like, this is you, right? This beautiful blue energy. You could love blue. Some of you guys could be wearing blue right now, but it feels very much like you are also wanting to seek professional advice regarding this connection. Some of you guys are already in therapy and are seeking professional advice regarding this connection, because I feel like for a lot of you, what you have experienced was very, very intense with this person. And it feels like, if some of you guys are like in separation from this person, broken up, split, whatever, you are needing to seek professional advice and help, especially if there is a form of attachment here, because we are looking at emotions today. And it feels very much like you could be very emotionally attached to this person. And, you are needing to talk about your feelings. You are needing to address these intense feelings that are coming up for you right now. So if that is the case, and you're feeling broken, and you're feeling like, you need help, please seek help where it's needed. Because I feel like, there is a lot of intensity in the air, and it, this could be confirmation for you to, seek the help that you need. Because I feel like for a lot of you, there's an attachment here to this person, whether or not you are with them or not. Especially if you are currently with this person, it could feel like things are very, very intense, because things are changing in the physical, right? You guys, there could be arguments, there could be a lot of tension, conflict. Some of you guys could be moving, they could be moving, but it feels like either way, your life or their life is changing. There's a lot of change in the air, which is significant to your reading right now. So I hope that part resonated, okay? The energy check-in is really important, you guys, because it helps you connect, right? So let's look into the tarot portion right now. Let's see, what are their deepest desires for you, pile number 1? Their deepest desires for pile number 1. More inner child stuff. More inner child stuff is coming through here. High Priestess. We have the 2 of Wands. 4 of Coin. At the bottom of the deck, you guys, we have the Empress, which is beautiful energy, and the Fool. Okay, so let me just straighten this out so you guys could see. Okay, so beautiful energy here, but I feel like there is conflict. There is definitely conflict. There's definitely loss and grief here over this connection. This person is wanting to heal from this. Okay, their deepest desires is to have a new beginning with you. They don't want to feel sad anymore. Okay, this person is concealing their feelings for you. Okay, we have the High Priestess and the Five of Cups. This person is concealing how they're feeling about you right now, and what they're feeling is intense. They're not wanting to let go, but they feel like they have to. They want a new beginning with you, right? In love. They want a new beginning in love. You make them feel happy. You make their inner child safe. And they feel loved by you, and they love that you love them. But this person, I feel like, is not necessarily ready to be in a commitment here. I feel like they're needing to sort out some things. They're needing to plan. And so what they're doing right now is they're trying to conceal their emotions. They're trying to not face their feelings right now for you. Okay? I think that they put you in a very high regard with the Empress card here. They think you're so special. They think you're beautiful. They have very strong feelings towards you. They find you to be very attractive. But they're hiding all of this. They're not wanting to reveal their deepest desires for you, okay? They're actually not wanting to reveal that. We have the High Priestess here, and we have strong indications of the moon energy, right? In the beginning of your reading, here, the energy check-in, we have strong indications of the moon, which can talk about secrets and stuff that is hidden and illusions. With the Sun here, your person is being guided to open up and reveal this, because the Sun talks about light and clarity and truth as well. And of course it talks about joy and happiness and vitality and, you know, all that. But there is something here about the Sun that is shedding light into this whole energy, right? There's something here that is wanting to be shown and seen and heard, which I think is your person's desires for you and their love for you, and they're needing to express this. We have the Ace of Cups here, which talks about that new beginning in love. It talks about emotional fulfillment, and I think that their deepest desires is that you truly do make them happy, but your person is going through mass amounts of upheaval and change, which is sort of, that's, how do I say it? That's sort of implying that this person is needing to address those things first. There's something here your person is holding on to. Okay, I have multiple messages coming through. I'm trying to figure out where to start. I want to talk about their emotions first, because it feels very much like, how do I say it? The reason why this person's deepest desires are so hidden is because whatever is going on for them in the physical, like whatever changes are happening with like their health, their physical changes. So like, for example, they could be moving, career changes, you know, intensity, right? Whatever they're feeling, or in this case, experiencing, their focus is on that. And so with the King of Wands here and the Two of Wands, they're trying to figure out a plan. They're trying to figure out what the big picture is here. How are they gonna fix this? not in terms of this connection, but fix things in their life, right? Because I feel like inside they're feeling really broken. They're feeling that loss. They're feeling the grief. They're feeling not just the loss of this connection in you, they're feeling other things as well, right? Whatever changes they're experiencing in their life, that is also intense, right? They're craving, their deepest desires is your energy, right? Your light, your warmth, your overflowing love for them is what they need right now. But they can't really express that because they have, one, it's hidden, right? And two, they're refusing to address it. They're refusing to address these. We have the Seven of Wands, which is like, Seven of Swords, which is kind of bolter, escapist energy. And so it's like they're holding on to you and what this connection means to them, but they're sort of escaping it at the same time. There's something here, I think, with the Four of Coins. I don't think they're holding on to anything kind of physical. This Four of Coins is sort of like they're holding on to an idea, an outcome that isn't really working right now, right? So they're kind of bolting the other way. They're kind of running. They're making some sort of escape. And this could be something that you experienced in your connection, right? Where it feels like, maybe they were a runner. They do have this longing. I'm really drawn to the Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups here. It feels very much their heart. You can see the way that this person is holding her hands close to her chest. It feels very much like deep inside this King of Coins. Why am I saying King of Coins? King of Wands, right? Deep inside their soul, they're feeling that longing. They're not presenting themselves to the world as this Five of Cups. Again, their emotions are being concealed, right? They're focused on their future. They're focused on certain life changes that you aren't a part of right now. Deep inside, their deepest desires is to connect with their heart, which I think is you in this case, right? Because we're asking about their deepest desires for you. And it feels like they truly do want this new beginning. There's something here about your person, because I think that your energy is very nurturing. You're very caring with the Empress card here. It feels like your person, the way that their life has happened, like their whole lifespan, it feels like it was kind of a struggle. It's like they want things to be okay in their career, in their life. They want things to be sort of together for you with this King of Wands, because the King of Wands is a very passionate energy. This is someone who does have passion and desires, and they're wanting maybe a successful business. They're kind of an entrepreneur. They're a businessman or a businesswoman. They're they're wanting their shit together, essentially, and they want to level up. They want to rise up. They want things to be in kind of order, right? But that's not really working out for them, okay? They're holding on to that idea that things need to look a certain way or be a certain way in order for so-and-so or this and this to work out. And so what they're needing to do is sort of let go of that, let go of an outcome or let go of all the planning, because I don't think that, because we have uprooting here, right? Which talks about leaving all that is familiar. So this person is needing to leave certain situations or outcomes or beliefs that aren't serving them, that is keeping them in this broken energy, right? This person needs to take a lesson from you, which is connecting with their passions and deepest desires and what their heart is calling them to do, right? Like, you can be the biggest businessman, CEO, whatever it is. You can have all the success in the world and still feel lonely and sad. So this person is lacking joy in their life. They're lacking happiness. They're lacking, something. Something is missing, and I think they know this. Their connection to you was special because your energy was something that needed to be reflected onto them, which is the light, the joy, the inner child healing. It feels like when the two of you were in a connection, you had these kind of moments together that really helped your person evolve. You know, maybe you brought like arts and crafts or something. I don't know, like doing like very specific things that they never experienced in their childhood. Maybe for some of you, it was something like, you know, camping or, you know, just going out and like getting ice cream or something. It feels like your person really struggled in their life. And again, your energy was quite the opposite. Your energy was, you know, you're safe and loved and cared for. Take it how it resonates, right? Because obviously not all of you are going to have that experience, but it feels very much like it was kind of like this light and dark energy that's coming through. And, you know, I feel like their deepest desires is to be happy. To be happy. That's their deepest, is to be happy. And whether or not you're in this person's, yeah, we have the Empress here, we have the Seeker, and the Queen of Coins. This person needs to ground themselves. They need to ground. It's like they're needing to connect with nature. They're needing to connect with things that they aren't familiar with, right? To go seeking, to go seek their purpose. And I think that you are actually also evolving, right? You're a Princess of Cups, but you're also the Empress, right? So you have the understanding that you brought something to this person's life, whether or not you're with them or not. You brought kindness, fun, safety, warmth, joy, passion, creativity. And this person is sort of, look at how they're sort of looking at the sun here, right? They're seeking their happiness. That is their deepest desires, is to seek out happiness and joy because of you, because of what you brought into their life. So, pile number 1, I think that's all that I have for you. I hope that this reading resonated with all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so by clicking with the link in my description. I am offering personal readings. But thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you guys in another reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to your reading. We are going to look into your person, and we're going to look into their deepest desires for you, okay? So you guys chose pile number 2, which is the Ace of Cups. So let's take a look at this beautiful card here. It feels very much like the energy that's coming through for you guys with this card is that you are someone who is facing their emotions right now, okay? And this is a really strong energy because, you know, we just had the full moon in Cancer. It just passed, and I'm literally filming this while the energy is still in the air. So it feels like you are someone who's very, very emotional, and you take on your emotions. You're not scared of your emotions. You embrace them. You could be someone who's very sensitive, and you wear your heart on your sleeve, but it feels very much like you allow yourself to cry, right? You allow yourself to feel. And I think for some of you, that might be a struggle right now. You could feel like you're not someone who likes to face their emotions. I'm getting mixed messages. I feel like for some of you, you do. And it's like sort of like this, your sensitivity is sort of your power. For others of you, right now, what's happening is that you're being forced to kind of face your emotions. Especially with this connection, it feels like you are someone who is, you know, you could be feeling a lot, things that you've never experienced before. You know, maybe this connection brought you love, or you brought them love, or you're experiencing love for the first time and it's very intense, right? But there's something here where you're very much connected, or being connected to your emotions right now, okay? So let's look into this energy check-in. So we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. We have stone. They're emotionally unavailable. It is for your highest good to move on and find your happiness again. We have the gods favor you. Now is the time your prayers have been heard. You will succeed and be vindicated. We have brewing up. Be ready to expect the unexpected because something is brewing and it's gaining momentum. Your emotions could be very, very intense right now, pile number 2. It feels like there is a lot of stuff coming up for you right now. It's like I'm getting someone who, yeah, you know what it is? This stone card is your energy. I don't think it's your person's energy that's coming through. I think this is your energy. I think that you are someone, because I picked it up when we were looking at that Ace of Cups. You are someone who could have struggled with opening up, okay? You could be someone who views themselves as emotionally unavailable, right? You could be someone who is like, I feel like, I don't think you're necessarily cold, right? It just feels like you bottle up your emotions. And what's being required of you right now is to cry, let it out, feel your emotions, right? Ask the tough questions. Why are you feeling the way that you feel about this person, right? Because for some of you guys, you could be in some sort of, denial, right? You could be like, nah, this person is not my soulmate. Nah, it's not them. It can't be this and that. You're trying to find reasons as to why this person isn't for you, right? You could feel like that, right? And if you don't resonate with that message, then this could be your person's energy as well, where it feels very much like they're being required to face their emotions, right? About you. They could be in denial thinking, nah, this is not my person, right? I don't want love. I don't need love, right? Whatever's going on with either you and your person, you're both being required to face the truth, which you're gonna find in your emotions, okay? Yeah, transcendence, unity. I'm going to put that there, actually. Cosmic purpose. I want a fresh start with you, and I would do anything for you. So it looks like pile number 2, this person entered your life for a very specific reason. It feels like the universe sort of supports the two of you. They support this connection. They support the two of you aligning and your paths are being crossed, okay? And I think it has something to do with facing your emotions. And you can see this, even this moon has a face. Even this moon has a face, right? So there's something here where it's like you're kind of coming out of this slumber about this connection, okay? And I think that the both of you, your deepest desires is to have a fresh start here. But I think that what's being required of the both of you is to connect with the dark parts of you, which is the moon, right? Connect with yourself. Face your emotions. Look in the mirror and reflect. There's something here about when the two of you met, it could have triggered something. It feels very much like maybe it was a little bit too good to be true, and either you or this person was seeking sort of like, there has to be something wrong here. There has to be like a logical explanation as to why we met, why we feel this way. It's almost like the two of you are not wanting to face the truth about how you feel, right? But I think it's more to than just what I'm saying. I feel like there's something more here for you guys. It feels very much like I'm also needing to dive deep into your soul. Like, I feel like there's something here about the way that you view life, and it could be you or them, okay? So just take it how it resonates from what I'm speaking about. It feels very much like the way that you perceive life, the way you go through life is very, like you don't really care. I'm really drawn to the stone card, right? So it feels like you have trouble letting people in. They could have trouble people letting in, but it feels like the way that either one of you goes about life is kind of with a guard up, not really letting people in. You guys both could be introverts. It's kind of like you live this life with just getting by, really. It feels like, I'm getting an image of like, let's say you're at dinner with like your friends and your friend is opening up to you about their feelings and you're like, why are you crying? That's the energy here, right? It feels like for some of you, you don't cry. And this could be even like, not just you, right? Like this, it's not a bad thing, all right? It's not. There's a reason why you feel the way that you do, right? There's a reason why you don't feel, right? There's something here about you, again, needing to address this. Something is brewing up. Something is happening where you're being required to face this emotion, right? And it could be because of this connection, right? It feels like, some of you guys could have like, I don't know, I'm getting like Aquarius moon or like Aquarius placements. I'm not really like into, so I say astrology, like it comes through. I'm not an astrologer, but I think you guys like it and it helps you guys connect. So I'm getting like Aquarius moons or Capricorn moons. It's like you give tough love to people. Some people don't want tough love, okay? Some people just want a shoulder to cry on. And it feels like your person that you're dealing with, and also this could be their energy, right? Like you could resonate with the part where you're the one that's actually very emotional and your person is someone who's on the colder side, but take it how it resonates, okay? Vice versa. It feels very much like, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. Ugh, I hate when this happens. Yeah, it's a frustration. You get frustrated when it comes to your emotions, right? And this person could also feel that way. But it feels like because you do have feelings for this person, their sort of energy in their life is making you face that, right? Otherwise, maybe you lose them, right? There's this feeling of losing them because you're not ready to face what it means to be in a relationship authentically, okay? And that's the thing, right? I think for some of you, you give tough love, but it's hard for you to receive it yourself. Sorry, I feel like I'm calling you out. But this is a strong soulmate energy, right? They entered your life for a reason. There's a purpose here. And there's a reason why we have brewing up here. Something is making you, I feel like I'm getting an image of someone who's like at the edge of a cliff and just starts to scream. So you need to let something out here. You need to release something right now, especially with the full moon energy. Something is needing to be released. Something is needing to be spoken about. Or you need to let this truth in, right? And I think it's allowing this person in, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to accept love, right? So that's coming through strongly for you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so, because I'm not someone who like, I don't give like tough love like that. Like I'm not that kind of reader. I think, I'm here to give you messages, but, I don't know you personally. I don't know your storyline. But it feels like for some of you, something is requiring you to find purpose. And in order to find purpose, I think it's needing you to require to your heart and your soul and what your own deepest desires are, right? What is your soul calling you to do? What does your heart want you to do, right? So it feels like you are this Ace of Cups. You are needing a new beginning, right? A new emotional beginning. Face your emotions. And again, this could also be about your person, but I feel like strongly that this could be you. You are transcending. You are needing to align with your purpose right now. And I think this person entered your life because you like them, because you have feelings for them, right? And maybe there's a part of you that sees them as a soulmate, but you don't want to accept it for some reason. You're denying love. You're denying connection. Why is that? I'm getting the song The Only Exception, Paramore. That has been a channeled song. in a lot of my readings recently. So listen to that song, okay? The Only Exception, right? There's something about this person that is special, right? To you, this person is like, you know, a part of your path somehow in life. This person is helping you open up, right? They're helping you see things in a, you know, loving way, in a fresh way. There's something here that is lighting up this path for you. They're kind of like that star here, right? And you can see the way she's looking up at the star. It feels very much like, you know, you're connecting. That's what it is. It's like you are needing to connect, which is a huge word in your reading. Wow, I hope you guys resonated with that. So let's see. Let's pull some cards. Tarot. All right, so let's see. Pile number 2. What is your person's deepest desires for you? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot card here. So this person really wants to connect with you. Again, connection, important here. They're wanting to talk. They're wanting to connect. They want to make things happen with you, okay? They have strong passions towards you with the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. This is someone who has a lot of, you know, like a little sensual energy towards you, a little sexual, a little passionate, okay? They definitely find you to be mysterious, and, you know, they want you to open up here. And I just realized how sexual that sounded. I'm sorry. But that's the energy of your person right now. It feels like they're really wanting to be a part of your life, okay? That's their deepest desires. They want to be a part of your life. They want you to let them in. With the Chariot card, it talks about forward movement and progression, and you could live at a distance with this person, but they're wanting to travel to you. They want to make things happen, especially with the Magician card. They're ready to fight here with the 7 of Wands. They are ready to take on your energy no matter what. They want to be a part of your side. They want to be a part of your life. They want to connect with you emotionally. With the 10 of Cups, they see a future with you here. I just think you don't want to let them in. Because we have 2 energies here that are indicating your energy. Actually, no, 3 cards here that are indicating something about you. The High Priestess, Death, and the 9 of Coins. The 9 of Coins is someone who's very independent. This is someone who is self-sufficient. This is someone who is very abundant and grateful for everything that they have. They appreciate life. You know, they appreciate and are very, very grateful for all their hard work that they've done. It seems like you like where you are, right? You like where you are. With the Death card and the 7 of Wands, you are fighting change right now. You are fighting literally for your life. Again, something's brewing up, right? You are fighting for your life. You are fighting off change. There is a resistance to change here for you, okay? And something is about to knock you out of your feet, okay? Something is about to kind of kick you. You can see in this card here that this Death card, you can see how this figure is standing on shaky ground. There's like a storm happening all around them. That's what's happening for you, okay? Something is brewing up. And it feels very much like this is kind of out of your control, right? So you kind of have to let down your guard. You have to put down the wands and allow change to happen, right? Which I think is allowing this person's energy into your life, okay? The High Priestess here also indicates your energy, okay? You are someone who's very mysterious. Again, you're concealing your emotions, right? Things are hidden. You're keeping your secrets all to yourself. You're keeping your cards close to your chest. You're not wanting to reveal your emotions to this person. And that's about to change. Because I think that your person, they're very persistent. They're not giving up, okay? With the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands, they want to be in your life, okay? They have desires towards you. Their deepest desires is to get to know you, essentially. They're wanting to be with you. And it feels very desperate, I'm not gonna lie. But there's purpose here. There's a reason why this is why we have soulmate. Okay, this is why we have soulmate, and this is why we have purpose. There's significance here with this person. Okay? And I think that they're here in your life to help you connect. They're kind of obsessed with you. With the I would do anything for you, right? We see that here in the Eight of Wands. They would literally do anything for you. They really are into you. Okay? They're wanting to travel the distance to talk to you. For some of you, if you're like in no contact or in separation, they want a fresh start and they want to talk. They just want to be a part of your life, it feels like, you know? They're wanting to be a part of your life. Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. It feels like maybe you walked away from them. The Page of Swords. Yeah, they're wanting to communicate with you. They're a little nervous, though. They're a bit nervous because it feels like you could potentially reject them or resist their energy. Because you are someone who is resisting change, but there's something special about their energy. This is a very significant connection, and you might not see it right now because you're not wanting to allow love in. But they are very significant to your path. And with the Eight of Cups here, you're needing to walk away from something. You're needing to walk away from old beliefs, past loves, past hurt. The moon is guiding you. Your emotions are guiding you, which is the purpose of this reading for you, okay? Connection with your emotions. You can see the way that the moon is guiding this person, okay? Through this intensity of this change, of the changes happening in your life, your emotions are guiding you, okay? You're meant to follow them, because it feels like maybe your life and the way that you've sort of gone about life, it feels very much like all the decisions you've made have been very practical and logical, and it feels like you did what you thought was right. But with the Death card here, this signifies a transformation and a really intense change. You're shedding your old self. And a new beginning is upon you. You chose the Ace of Cups for a reason, right? You were drawn to this for a reason. And I feel like, you know, it's time. It's time to face your fears. It's time to face your fears. And I feel like for a lot of you, you could be, you know, scared of intimacy, scared of connection. Maybe you were really hurt in the past. Maybe you've lost someone who did walk away from you, right? Who did cause a lot of pain. And you're worried that there's something here about this person that's going to repeat a cycle, right? But you have the awareness. You are the High Priestess. you have the awareness, you have the knowledge and the intuition to seek out something that is good for you. And I think that you could feel this with this person right now. Like you could feel with this new person, or whoever this person is that you're asking about. You could feel the safety, right? You could feel like you could trust this person intuitively. For some of you, this is like a newer person. I mean, whether or not it's a new person or not, I think the message is still the same and clear for you. But this person's deepest desires is wanting to get to know you deeper, right? They're wanting to talk about the tough things. They're wanting to have another go at this connection, right? They want a fresh start, and they want to, this time with the death card, something needs to change, right? So I think that what needs to change is, this openness, this honesty to get deeper, to get to know each other on a deeper level, right? That's coming through strongly here for you guys. So pile number 2, I really hope that resonated. I'm sorry that was so intense. We are on a reading on emotions, so I really hope that it resonated with you guys. If you would like to book a personal reading, I am offering those, so you can do that by clicking in the link in my description. Thank you guys for being here. I really hope that it resonated. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. So you guys chose the beautiful King of Cups energy. Gorgeous card, beautiful card. The energy that I'm getting from this is, it feels very much like how you're feeling about this person and how you're feeling about this connection is very balanced. It feels like you are very sure about this connection. You're very sure about what this person means to you. The wind just opened my door. So it feels like there is some sort of opening happening, some door opening for this connection or an opportunity coming your way. It just kind of swinged open, like it creaked open. So there's something here about maybe unfinished business between the two of you, but overall energy from this card feels very much like you are very connected to this person emotionally, maybe intuitively, you can sense them. I'm getting you're someone who's, through all the emotional chaos in your life or all the things that you've been feeling about this person, you're still very sure about them, right? It feels very much like when someone asks you, like, why do you love them? You're like, I have no logical reason as to why I feel the way I do about them. I just do. Like, that's the energy that's coming through. It feels like no matter the distance, no matter how far you guys are apart from each other, like emotionally, physically, even if you have like a conflict, you're like, I still love them no matter what. So you're very loyal to this person. You're very loyal to this connection. So let's see here what comes out during the energy check-in. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Ooh, intense. You guys, all these readings today have been so intense. I think it's because I'm filming this literally the day after the full moon in Cancer. So it feels very much like the energies that I'm picking up on right now are crazy intense. I did not expect it to go this way, but each pile has been very, very intense. So, just be aware of that. So we have healing family issues and the King of Cups. Beauty and grace. They find you extremely beautiful, but your beauty intimidates them. They think someone else is more deserving. Gesture. You can expect some kind of kind gesture to help strengthen your connection. Give them a chance to prove themselves. Didn't I say something about a door? I said something about a door, right? So it's like this person has the key to this door. it feels very much like if the two of you are apart right now, it feels like the only person that can open up your heart is them. They have the key to your heart, right? To the door. Maybe they're trying to get in. Maybe that's what the door reference was about that I picked up on earlier. They're trying to open the key. Oh, you know what's the song that's coming through for you guys? A channeled song is "Hits Different" by Taylor Swift. So listen to that song. There's a particular lyric where she goes, "I heard your key in the door. Is it you to take me away?" or something like that. So it feels like you're kind of waiting on this person, especially like if you're in separation. It feels like you're kind of waiting on them to like show up for you somehow, right? To prove themselves that they love you or something like that. Energy quartz. Didn't I say no matter the distance, right? Despite the distance between you, they still feel the energetic quartz that is keeping you too connected. Yeah, so there is something here about you feeling very loyal to this person. You feeling like there is this invisible string tying the two of you together, no matter what the situation is, right? Union. Oh my god. Okay, so maybe this pile, we'll get into the tarot, but it feels very much like this might be a lighter pile than the rest. Action, new beginnings, Ace of Swords, and I'm obsessed with your body. Oh geez. Okay. So we know where their desires are leaning towards, but it feels like there is a lot of love between the two of you. Where do I want to start with this? Because there's a couple messages that are coming through. There's a strong attraction here, okay? The both of you find each other to be very attractive, very sexy, is the word that I want to use. There's a lot of passion here with the new beginnings, Jupiter, courage, action card. There feels like there is this, just pull towards one another. It's very magnetic. There is this with the Ace of Swords and the healing family issues, okay? This is telling me that this connection, you're being required to look into your past, okay? You're being required to face whatever has happened with your family, okay? Because the way we are in relationships, okay, it reflects from our parents and what they taught us, right? So there's some generational stuff that I think that you are needing to clear up and they're needing to clear up before this can come into union, before the two of you guys can come together. It feels like your guys are needing to heal certain relationship patterns. What I'm picking up on intuitively coming from your person is that they're feeling like maybe they're not good enough, okay? We have two cards indicating that, okay? Let's talk about it. This card here with action and courage, and this card here with beauty and grace, it says they think someone else is more deserving, okay? So this person that you're dealing with, this masculine energy, I feel like is coming through as masculine energy. They are someone who lacks courage or has in the past. They could feel very insecure. They could feel like they are not good enough. That is stemming from family issues, right? You know your own person's past, right? You know their history. So they're someone who is dealing with issues about self-worth, about their looks, I feel like, right? They could feel like you're more attractive than them, okay? They feel like they're not good enough. So that's coming through as from your person's energy. I'm not sure about your energy yet, okay? I'm not sure about how you are healing family issues. Maybe, like I picked up on intuitively, you could have an abandonment wound, okay? You could feel like, maybe you come from family of divorce. There is this feeling of, maybe you were left alone as a kid a lot. Maybe your father left, maybe your mother left. But there is this feeling of you feeling alone and abandoned. And I think that maybe within this connection, this person left you because they felt like they weren't good enough. And so you were sort of struggling here, grasping at, you know, these energy cords, grasping on the silence and the nothingness, right? Like there's this feeling of you creating certain storylines in your head about this connection and this person, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just like you're holding on to the memories, you're holding on to their energy a lot, right? There is a form of obsession here, and I think that this energy here could apply to you. I think that you're obsessed with this person a little. Again, I think that you could be hoping on some sort of grand gesture, right? That this person is going to show up into your life again, right? That they're going to step up, rise up, gain courage, right? And, you know, express to you something here. Now, for some of you, that could be the case. I think eventually that could happen. This person is gaining up the courage and they're working on themselves. I feel like this person is like going to the gym a lot. They could be just like really focused on health and wellness. It feels like their energy is very much like, you know, rising up, you know, getting their life together, working up the courage to offer you something here, you know, give you that the kind gesture that you are wanting. Now, for others of you, this is kind of where the Delulu part comes in, where it feels like, you know, like let's say you connect with the storyline that, you know, let's say, for example, this is just an example, but let's say your father left your family. Let's say you have a father wound, right? Let's say that your father abandoned you, right? Your child self, right? Your child, pile number 3, baby, pile number 3. There was a part of you hoping, looking at the door, right? Hoping your dad was going to come back, right? That creak that I mentioned in the door, the lock and the key, right? There's a part of you, your whole life, spent looking at that door, hoping your father was going to walk in, okay? I think that that's kind of reflecting into this connection a little, where you're hoping that this person is going to open that door and they're going to enter your life again, right? There's an attachment here. You could have an anxious attachment style. What I think is where this reading is leading to is you needing to separate yourself from the attachment. That's the truth with the Ace of Swords and the healing family issues. That's your truth. Your own personal truth is needing to maybe keep that door locked for a while, okay? Maybe put a curtain up. maybe put something against the door, right? You know, it feels very much like you're needing to focus on this energy right now, healing family issues, right? Forgiving your parents, forgiving everything that had happened in your life that caused you pain, right? Because I think that it's affecting this connection in some way, or your love life in general. So there's something here about your attachment that you're needing to release, expectations, worries about how this person is going to enter your life again. Union is there though, right? So just to know intuitively, if you feel like this is your person and you guys are, you know, meant to be together, that won't miss you, okay? What is meant for you won't miss you, okay? So just know that. Because your person, what's happening with them is they're gaining the courage, right? This is something that your person needs to do, is to gain courage, not to come to you per se, but to gain courage for themselves. They need their own boosting, self-encouraging motivation to do something about their life, to create something, to take action, to know that they are worthy, right? That's their own thing, right? Because maybe their experience growing up was, maybe they told they weren't good enough. Maybe they experienced a lot of failure. Maybe they experienced a lot of rejection, right? And so that affected your connection with them, okay? So let's pull the tarot. Let's see what's going on with your person. And I'm just going to do a little quick shuffle here to see, just to do a good old shuffle. So pile number 3, let's see, what is your person's deepest desires for you? And at the bottom of the deck, we have Justice and the World. Beautiful. And I saw the Hierophant peeking out as well. So let's look at this. Let me just straighten the camera a little. Let me move that a little. Okay, so let's sit with this energy a little. A really beautiful energy that's coming through. I feel like your person's desires is to plan for the future with you. They definitely think about you, okay? They definitely see you as an inspiration. The motivation, I feel like, for this person to improve their life, to gain courage, you are their prize, right? Like, you are, I think, the end goal for this person. We have the 10 of Coins here, the 3 of Wands, and the King of Swords. So this tells me these energies is really giving heavy planner energy. This person is really thinking about the future, okay? They're looking ahead. They're wanting long-term commitment and success with you, not just with this connection, but with their career and their money and their life in general. They're wanting success. They want to succeed. You could live at a distance from this person because we have the Chariot and the World peeking out. So there could be, you know, this feeling of like physical and emotional distance is coming through, but the world card talks about a new cycle. So this person is wanting a new cycle with you. For a lot of you, this person pictures, they picture what it would be like to have a family with you, to have long-term commit. They want to know what that looks like, because the King of Swords is someone who is very logical. They're very intellectual. This person isn't necessarily connected with the King of Swords. This is not someone who's like connected with their emotions right now. You guys chose the King of Cups. I think that is your energy, honestly. This person's energy right now is thinking about the bigger picture. It feels very much that they're you're kind of in the back of their mind, but you aren't. They try not to think about you every single day, is what I'm picturing right now. It feels very much that they're trying to really plan ahead. For some reason, they're so focused heavily on the future that they're having a hard time staying in the present. And that also means that they're not looking in the past, which is good that they're not looking in the past, but I think we had the healing family issues, right? So this person is needing to address certain things here. With the 8 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, there's a certain community, right, that your person is a part of. There's a certain belief system with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Cups that your person is attached to, and it's what they were taught growing up. Or it was something that they were a part of that was kind of not fulfilling them. I think it's a way of thinking and certain people, because the 3 of Cups talks about in a community. So it feels like, you know, they're a part of a community, friend group, whatever it may be, that is affecting the way that they go about life, right? The way that they think about themselves, it's affecting them. And this person is needing to walk away from this group of people, this way of thinking, right? Or the way of feeling, right? I think this person talks down to themselves a lot. And I feel like they were told that they weren't good enough, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. They were really tied to a certain community that it wasn't serving them, okay? So they're needing to seek their own purpose, their own happiness, their own, with their baggage and all, okay? They're needing to seek their own path right now. That could be traveling, right? Leaving this community behind, moving. Their deepest desires for you is to make things right. I'm really getting power couple energy. It feels very much like the both of you are seeking your own individual paths right now, which is important for that union, right? It's important for the two of you to seek out your own long-term happiness and your own goals and your own passions, okay? That is very, very important and crucial to this storyline that we're talking about, okay? If the both of you come from really toxic communities, if you both really struggled in your home life growing up, you're needing to heal that. Seek professional help if that is the case, okay? Talking to someone, therapy, right? There's something here that needs to be addressed from your childhood that is coming through strongly. And I think that you are very loyal to this person, right? You still feel them, you still feel their energy, but I think it's because there is attachment here. Wondering what this person is up to, wondering, again, you're that little girl or little boy looking at the door wondering, is my mom and dad going to walk in, right? I think the both of you have hopes and dreams for this connection, that one day it will come together and it will work out. But I think what's happening right now for the both of you is this seeker energy, right? Seeking your own individual purpose. And I think your person is one step ahead of you because they're a planner. They're the King of Swords here and the Three of Wands. They're thinking about the big picture. Whereas you, I think that you're still kind of in the murky waters. It feels like you're still like you chose the King of Cups. You can see the way that they're looking at this empty. I think the cup is empty. In this case, in your storyline, I feel like this cup is empty and you're looking at this cup wanting to give to this person. I think that you have a lot of love to give. And I'm not saying that this person doesn't want it or need it or value it. They do, but their focus is on the horizon. Their focus is the bigger picture. So what does that say to you, right? If their focus is kind of away from you, look, if I put these two kings together, their focus is away from you. Your focus is in the cup. Are you still going to sit there, right, and wait? Or are you going to put the cup down and seek your own purpose, right? Seek your own path. I think it's really beautiful, the loyalty that you have towards this person. I think that you are someone who has strong beliefs and faith that this is your person, right? And I think that that is so beautiful. Your deepest desires is them, right? Their deepest desires is to have long-term success. That's their deepest desires, is to have long-term success. They're really self-focused right now, right? That might not be something that you want to hear, right? That might not be something you want to hear, but we have justice here. Okay, so things will balance out for you guys. You will get the justice you deserve, right? You will get the things that you want. Yeah, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. You're going to get the commitment you want. If you want to marry this person, it's going to happen. For some of you, that is the case with Justice and the Hierophant. That's giving me legal energy. That's giving me commitment, contracts. You want higher level commitment with this person. I do think that it will happen, right? We have the Seven of Coins. Okay, be patient. Be patient. But again, you are being required to also look at the bigger picture here. I'm getting a strong feeling that, there is change, right? There is evolution. Things will change. You just have to be patient. You know, I'm not saying, you know, you can't have this cup, right? You can take the cup with you, put it in your backpack, right? You can still carry love for this person, no matter where you are in life, right? If you truly believe that this is your person, right, and union will happen, then what? Don't worry, right? Don't worry. I feel like right now you're feeling very dissatisfied, right? You're feeling unhappy, right? Without this person, it feels like, you know, there's a loss, right? But you're being told to don't miss out on any other opportunities that are headed your way. You have a new cycle coming in your own life. There's a new cycle happening for you, and for your person. And I think that your paths will align. But I think that there are things that the both of you need to address from your past. I think that is really important, because I think that there are certain patterns, because the card that came out with I am obsessed with your body, this is the devil card, I believe. So there is this form of attachment or a certain pattern that is not benefiting this connection from moving forward right now. And so there's something here that needs to be addressed, which is what I think this full moon is sort of presenting to a lot of people, especially this collective that I'm reading for, because all these readings were really, really intense, and they sort of became very self-focused, right? Because we're on a reading called What Are Their Deepest Desires, but it's turning into a reading where you're being also required to face your own emotions, right? And so again, this person, their desires are to focus on the future. They're planning. Again, they're one step ahead. I think that you're the dreamer, right? You know, I'm getting this really beautiful quote. I can't remember what it is, but it's something about how the woman dreams and the man builds, okay? The woman dreams and the man builds. So all your dreams and hopes for this connection, hold on to them, believe in them, right? The man, the masculine energy in this case, in this reading, is building. He's building. Continue to have your dreams, and just know that they're going to be fulfilled. We have justice here, which talks about things being balanced out. So pile number 3, I really hope that resonated with you guys. I am taking personal readings, so if you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so by clicking in the link in my description. Thank you so much for being here. Your support means a lot. Please like and subscribe, but I hope again to see you guys in another reading. Thank you again for being here. Bye.